range today. I just want to go over a quick lesson with trigger squeeze. Trigger squeeze is one of the 5 primary functions when you're shooting. One of the fundamentals when you're shooting. So the last lesson that I went through was hold control, which trigger squeeze goes right along with that. When you're putting your finger on that trigger, you want to make sure that you split your finger from the tip to the knuckle and split that in half. And that's where your finger should be on that trigger every time. Something that I do when I shoot, I ride my finger along the trigger guard, okay? And when I ride my finger along it, I meet that trigger. You meet the trigger and you start to pull back slightly, and then you're going to meet that tension. When you meet that tension, you start pulling it back, and you're going to notice as you're pulling it back, just start counting 1 pound, 2 pounds, bang. And that's going to do a couple things. That's going to take your mind off of actually shooting that gun and anticipating that shot. And it's going to give you a smoother motion going back because you're not going to slap that trigger back. And also riding that trigger guard is going to make sure that you're not slapping that trigger back. So if you have not enough finger on that trigger, you're going to push that weapon to the left. If you have too much finger on that trigger, you're going to pull it to the right. Now, when you, like with hold control, I told you in the beginning that hold control follows right along with trigger control. Because when you put that hand on the weapon and you're holding that tension right there on that left side and you're pulling that trigger back, when you pull that trigger back, your finger can't pull it straight back. It's going to push it to the left a little bit. But if you have a nice hold control on that weapon, you're going to stop that slight tension from throwing your bullets to the left. Because a lot of people, they'll have all the fundamentals down, they'll be good to go, but they don't understand why they're still shooting to the left a little bit. And it's because they don't have the proper hold control on the left side, giving that extra tension. So when you pull that finger straight back, you're not pushing it to the left. Let me know what you think. If you have anything to add to it, please put it down in the comments. I'll be happy to hear it.